Thanks for tuning in to Dear Sybersue. I'm Susan McCord. Today's topic is the value of reflection and life lessons. The one thing that we all go through in our lives is learning experiences. It's nonstop for some people. The more active you are and the more adventurous you are, you're going to have a lot more lessons to learn because you're putting yourself out there. This is a really good thing because it helps you to evolve. When you're constantly learning about who you are and experiencing so many different things, you got nowhere else to go but better yourself throughout the years. And this is what makes you interesting. It makes yourself feel good about how you're living your life. This is something that a lot of people don't have because they're not reflecting enough on some of the lessons they've learned. There's so much value when you take time to step back and look at some of the mistakes you've made. Are they mistakes or are they big learning curves? Is this something that we should all go through so that we become a stronger person? I personally believe that if you don't have some stuff in your life that's caused you a little bit of heartbreak or pain or fear, then you haven't really put yourself out there enough. The last thing you want to do, though, is go through extremely fearful, painful scenarios, because this is something that you should always learn the first time. If you continue to put yourself into similar scenarios that are causing a lot of heartbreak and pain, then you're not getting the message. The message is to always learn and move up the ladder a little bit more. You don't want to stay on the same page constantly because you're not getting enjoyment out of your life. You're stuck. You're staying in the same motion all the time. A lot of my clients and have talked to me about just feeling lost, feeling like, what is this all there is in my life? What can I do to improve things? Well, the first thing you have to do is just be grateful for the path that you've been on so far. If it's not working out for you and you're feeling like it's just flat, then improve it. Just put new things into your life. Implement all sorts of exciting scenarios for yourself. Plan something on the calendar you can look forward to. Being self-aware is so important because when you take time to reflect and look back at some of those mistakes that you made along the way, you can see how far you've come because you're not repeating them anymore. You're saying to yourself, okay, I learned a valuable lesson here. And it was a good lesson to learn. It might have been scary or a little painful at the time, but you're not going to go back and repeat that situation again. And that's what's good about reflecting. It's also good about owning your choices. And that's the important part. If you regret everything that you allow in your life, you're not getting the point. The point is to appreciate it and grow from it. I talk a lot about evolving. Because if you stay stagnant and you don't improve your life as you grow, as you get older and hit another milestone birthday, you want to be able to look back and say, well, look what I did in the last few years. Look what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of years. Because you've got a plan, you've got goals, you've got aspirations. It's very important to embrace change in your life. Because when you're open to new ideas and new perspective, it doesn't allow you to stay stuck. It doesn't allow you to do repetitive patterns that maybe haven't worked out for you. It moves you up into a higher place of self-worth. Not every experience is going to be good. You're going to have a few crashes here and there, and that's okay. Because some of the harder life lessons are where we learn our best work. And being grateful for things help you so much to be a better person because you're understanding the messages that you're supposed to learn. You're not holding on to them and with holding a grudge. You're not resenting the choice you made, because you're understanding that you're only human and you're going to make some mistakes, but you're also going to learn from them. When you repeat negative patterns, it continues to cause havoc in your life because you're repeating ongoing drama that really has no place to be there, because you should have already learned what you were supposed to learn from the first time you did it. And this sounds like a bit of a lecture here, but it really does happen, and we all go through it, where we knock our heads and think, oh my God, what am I doing? Why am I repeating this pattern? Especially for dating. Why am I choosing the same people that don't work out for me? Why am I attracted to that certain type when I know it's bad for me? This situation is not a good fit for me. Why do I keep putting myself back into scenarios that aren't serving me? And once you get mad at yourself enough, you will eventually change course. And that's the important thing I really want you to hear, because people get mad at themselves and then they stay stuck because they're afraid to make any moves going forward, because they haven't made good choices up until now. When you step back and own some of those tough choices you made, is when you will start to really get out of that place. You will start to grow. You will also understand what is important to you and what it is you're looking for. Sometimes we just don't know. Especially in the dating world and relationship world, it's a long process sometimes. You have to have boundaries and learn to stick to those boundaries, because once you do that, you will find things so much smoother. You won't be learning as many lessons because you're smartening up on how to deal with the ones you've already been through. And that's the really important part of life. Don't hold a grudge about certain things. Don't resent things you've done. Look at them as a teaching tool. When you reflect and value some of those tougher lessons you've had to learn along the way, it helps pave a smoother path for you going forward, because you're understanding why you did what you did, what you learned from what you did, and you take the value of that and you say, wow, okay, I'm really glad I had that experience, because now I know what it is that's been missing. Now I know what it is I want. We all need to heal from the pain and the challenges in our life so that we can move on to not repeat these old cycles and to bring in the love and the desires that we want. This is the key to happiness. This is the key to growing as a human. It's also reflecting and being okay about what you let in your life at that particular time. Don't hold on to things from your past. Think about them, remember them, be grateful for them, but don't repeat any situation that is causing you pain or fear or heartbreak. Thank you so much for listening to Dear Sybersue today. Please subscribe, please click like, and leave any comments you have below the video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.